What's going on, New York Giants fans? Hit Squad back at it with another video. And we got a very good show today, man. A very good show. I am stoked. I am very excited to have him on. RavenCee, my man, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by today, brother.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hopefully, I stay doing good by Sunday. That'll determine everything right there.
Yeah,
But right now, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
it's funny because I like to think about it the same way. Usually my Sundays can kind of determine how I'm feeling throughout the rest of the week. And I think
Yeah,
especially both of us coming off some gritty wins. This
yeah.
past week we both feeling good. But hey, you guys can find Raven C's Twitter as well as his Instagram in the description below. And as usual, don't forget to join the Hit Squad. Leave a like as well as your thoughts on this video below. But Raven C, let me ask you, man, because going into this draft, one thing about the Ravens, and I've said this constantly, is you guys are not only creative with how you draft, but it just
Mhm.
seems, at least from an outside perspective, year in and year out, you guys are hitting on your picks. The talent that you guys are getting, it could be outside of the first round, it could be in the first round. You guys nail on your picks. I loved Ozzy while he was there. I feel like he's still kind of there in the back. He just don't got a
Oh, he
job
is.
there. But how are these guys doing, man? Because Linderbaum is looking very nice, man. A player a lot of Giants fans wanted.
Yeah. From last year's, well, kind of this year's draft, you can say. Um, Linderbaum really is the best so far, I will say, from our two first round picks because our safety we got Cal is he had that bad game I know everybody in the world saw with the Dolphins. After
Yes.
that, they kind of been having him on the snap count, I'll say.
Oh, okay.
Um because he made a good play when we played against the Patriots. He caused that forced fumble which switched the momentum in our favor. But other than that, Lindenbaum he's stellar. I seen one stat. It said no QB sacks on him.
None.
A few pressures, but no QB sacks. I don't know if that's 100% true, because this day and age, people will find anything.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
he's been holding up. He had a few hiccups here and there, as you expect for a rookie. Even veterans, you expect a few hiccups, but he's holding it down. He is holding it down, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, and especially from like the outside view, I mean, he's looking like to me a Rashawn Slater kind of a player where they don't look like rookies. These guys look
Yeah,
like vets. They come in, that transition is easy for them. And I even made a video during the draft saying that the Giants should at least try to target this guy. I thought he would be not only the best interior lineman in this draft, but possibly a top three lineman in this draft, regardless of the position, whether that's tackle, whether that's interior. He's a stout player. And when you guys selected him, I mean, you got to give credit to the front office, because I felt you guys could have went the receiver route. You guys could
yeah.
have went in any way, but you guys stuck to giving Lamar some protection, helping out the run game and the pass game, and that's what he brings, man. Now I know Ojabo was it his first time in practice this week, or was it
Yes.
him limited?
Yeah, it was his first time in practice. They just really just had him around the facility, just film study, rehab, and stuff like that. But actually getting on the field, first time.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I had him personally as the third edge rusher in this class. I thought the potential with the kid was definitely up there. I think his ceiling is high. Brutal injury. I was very vocal about that video. I understand it's a
Uh,
business, but that just rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm rooting for him.
yeah,
A lot of fans. And if you guys don't know, which if you're watching my channel, you should know at this point. I am a huge Lamar Jackson fan. We spoke a little bit about this prior to recording. I've played against Lamar Jackson. I've seen the man with my two eyes up close and personal. And dude is for real, Giants fans. We gonna have a lot to talk about. And the Giants are gonna have a lot to deal with. with Lamar coming to MetLife, man, because he's undefeated, 12-0 against NFC teams. So hoping to make that 12-1, but it's hey, we're gonna have to throw everything we can at this team because it's gonna be another test for us. Now, going into this game, I look at the Ravens team. And, I say to myself, okay, they're scoring through the air, which I know a lot of people try to put that narrative on Lamar that he can't throw. It's BS, in my honest opinion. I think he can throw. I just, he's also very elusive, as we know. I see that the defense, even with Wink leaving, is still pretty stout. You guys are getting to the quarterback. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I did read a stat that you guys are giving up the most air yards in the league right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's correct. But it's improving, I would say. From last week, it's improving. It's improved.
Yeah, I
New
mean, we
uh
got
new
studs.
defense coordinator. Second year actually being a defense coordinator. So just gotta sit there and keep putting the bandages on the wounds. Just gotta
But you got some two stud corners. I love Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters. I mean, I love the grit that he plays with. I believe he suffered a serious injury last year. He's coming off of it, correct? This is his first year back off of the
Yeah,
injury. Um,
yep. Marcus Peters tore his ACL. And then later in the year, last year, Marlon Humphrey, I believe, like a shoulder injury or something like that. He had to step out.
Man, I mean, he's definitely been, dinged up, but the talent is still there. I think he's still a corner you have to respect. And, the Giants, for us, we're hopefully getting back Wandale Robinson. He's a rookie that we selected in the second round this year. A very elusive kid. He was a former running back that got converted to wide receiver. Um, but unfortunately, since week one, hasn't been able to play. He's dealt with an MCL sprain. Galladay is on IR for right now. Tony is dealing with another hamstring injury. So our wide receiver core is fairly thin. We saw a nice game last week from Darius Slayton. He's a guy that has burner speed. He has a really nice connection with Daniel Jones. And then after that, if Wandale's not playing, you're looking at Richie James, David Sills, just Marcus Johnson. I mean, guys that, outside of Richie, you're not going to really want to bank on. But I think that the Giants, are looking at this defense and saying that, we're going to have to attack the air, because Saquon Barkley is our offense right now. I'm gonna just keep it 100%. He is our offense right now. Daniel Jones is getting it done, but at the same time, Saquon's on a mission. I mean, right now we have the number one rushing attack in the league. And the Ravens, you guys are allowing 5 yards per carry this season. Last week, 4.8 to Joe Mixon. And then you also have Daniel Jones with his legs as well, which, not for nothing, I read a stat, which take this for what you guys will, but these are the two fastest QBs in the league, and they are two different quarterbacks, man. I read that and I had to look a little deeper, and it's a legit thing. And then from there it's like Jalen Hurts and then Kyler Murray. But I think this is a fairly good matchup. And I think, Wink Martindale playing against the Ravens again. I know obviously there's no hostility there whatsoever. And as much as, I think the Giants got an advantage there, I think the Ravens got an advantage too, knowing his defense.
Yeah, yeah. Wink loves to send cornerback blitzes.
Oh yeah, he do. Oh
Uh,
yeah, he do.
yeah, he will cost you though. See, that's the positive and the negative. But I think it's gonna play a favor because it's just Lamar. You just don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Like if you sit there and blitz your corners, it's gonna cost you. At first, that was one of his, let's say, kryptonite. That was his kryptonite with the blitz. Off season, they fixed that. Even I seen a stat since people be blitzing him. That's when his passing yards actually goes higher with the blitz because he get it out so fast. Because Cause what shocked me was last Sunday night they showed the time, you know, releasing the ball coming from his hands. It was like what 0.32 or something like that,
Quick.
and that was up there with Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, so if Wink send them corners with Devin Duvernay on the outside,
I mean,
that's
he's sending blitzes from everywhere, which is, we brought in former New York Giant Landon Collins. He's a safety, but he's big enough to play a linebacker. And a lot of fans,
yeah,
especially
yeah,
while he was here, thought that he should have been one of our linebackers at least, because up until the last 2 years, even really now, our linebacking core isn't the best. Um, and he's going to be playing that role. Our interior, we're getting Leonard Williams back, who that's a man you're gonna have to double team. Dexter Lawrence is another player that's earning a lot of people, including Aaron Rodgers, respect. He's had 3 sacks within 2 games, and then you also have Aziz Ojolari, who, I mean, he's a guy that could get to your QB. He's gonna draw pressure. He's gonna draw penalties, especially holding penalties, because he's just very quick coming off of the ball. And then Kayvon Thibodeau. Now, when you look at it from a statistical standpoint, he doesn't have a sack yet, but his pressures are up there. He gets into the backfield. He causes, a lot of chaos. But this is also the most mobile quarterback, in my opinion, in the league, and the most mobile quarterback that the Giants have faced in the entirety of this season so far. I don't care what no one says. You're not going to be able to stop Lamar. You may be able to contain Lamar because, yeah, I mean, if you contain him in the run, he can still throw the ball. You mentioned Duvernay. Duvernay and him look like they have a solid connection this year, on top of what we know he has with Mark Andrews.
yeah,
So,
yeah, because him and Duvernay really surprised everybody.
yeah,
I don't think I've seen one person in the Ravens flock was like, "Yeah, Duvernay is that guy." Now I know special teams, he's deadly, but he's hopefully they continue to try to slowly use him like Debo Samuel, have him in the backfield, running back, just everywhere. Just got to get that guy space and let him do his thing.
yeah, I agree. And one player, and I know he didn't practice today. I'm curious to see if he gets to start on Sunday. Rashad Bateman. He's a player that I think he's sneaky good. I mean, you've seen him take what was it, a slant? What was it, 70
Uh,
yards or 60 yards to the house? I didn't think he had that kind of speed. I'll be very honest with you. I didn't think he had that kind of speed. I don't know if he's playing this weekend, but I look at Mark Andrews, man. Historically, Giants cannot cover. We just can't cover tight ends. I don't know what it is about us. Wide receivers, we seem to be okay with, but tight ends just kill us. This year, I mean, we haven't faced an elite tight end. This is gonna be our first, and we're gonna have our hands full with him because it just seems like no matter what Lamar throws at him, he just finds a way to catch the ball.
Yeah, because talking about Mark Andrews, it's going to be interesting because everybody's seen what Kittle, Kelsey did out there in Kansas City with the four,
Mm-hmm.
and Mark Andrews looking at that and like, hey, Lamar, he got four, so
Yeah, throw
hey,
me that
I,
rock.
I believe I'm the best in the game right now, so let's go back and forth. That's how they do.
Yeah, and it's again that connection is very real, and you know, I I I know that at least from what I've seen, I think this offense has looked better on both facets, both running and getting the ball to the receivers compared to
Hmm.
last year. I think that, it's taken a big step forward. And this is a team that, not just the Giants, but, a lot of teams have to respect. I feel
Yeah,
that a lot of people forget that this is a former MVP quarterback who can get it done both air and the ground. This is still a stout defense. And, Harbaugh is a very good coach. He's a very good coach, and coaching matters in this league. And for Giants fans, we're seeing that ourselves. Um, and I think if you look at both of these teams, I think they
hmm,
do match each other well in terms of weaknesses and what they're good at doing. But looking at that defense for the Ravens, I get curious to see if can they draw up enough pressure from the interior because our two tackles right now are playing stout. Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal, they're playing stout right now, but really our interior has been a giant question mark at the moment. How are you feeling about this Ravens defense? Trying to put pressure on Daniel Jones. I thought you guys played fairly solid against Cincinnati.
Yeah, with our pass rush really has been lacking. One of our defensive tackles, Matabuki, he's the pretty to me he's been the best so far as getting that pressure. But and then there's Travis Jones. He's a rookie. He's been getting double teamed and everything. But other than that, that's really about it.
Now is Tyrus Bowser playing? I know that is he playing this year or is he still injured?
He might be playing because he's on the what's a questionable list.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean he's a solid player. Similar to Aziz, both coming off of injuries. I think that the talent is both there.
Mhm.
Aziz, he's kind of a game decision. We'll see. He's dealing with that calf injury. But again, this is going to be a very hard team to go against. I think that the storyline for both teams is very good. Ravens, you guys have a good shot of winning this division, especially having that dominant win against Cincinnati. For the Giants, I mean, we're looking to, try to get ahead of Dallas, and try to at least, compete for that number one spot, but really try to get ahead of Dallas. So, I mean, looking at this game right here, I mean, do you have a score prediction for this game? How are you feeling in terms of how you feel this game should play out?
One of the main things I'm really worried about, you touched on it, is Saquon Barkley. Because if we gave up that much yards with Joe Mixon, Saquon is on another level.
Yeah, he
So
is.
that's what I'm really, really, really worried, really worried about. But if we can slow him down, we're good because I believe your only quarterback. I said quarterback, wide receiver. We have to worry about Slayton, and we like you said, we got the two good corners, Marlon or my boy MP Juice Man, Marcus Peters. Just hold him down. I think we can hold get you. But
Oh yeah.
it's your defense. That's the only thing. I'm like Lamar's gonna have to recover from what he did last week. Because in my opinion, he did okay. At the end of the game, he played perfectly. But he had them two overthrown passes. We could have whooped them a lot worse than just a field goal.
No, definitely. And I mean, I think with the Giants, I mean, this defense, it's been able to contain the run game so far this year. We were able to shut down Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey. Dallas, I mean, they had their way with us. I'm not even gonna lie there. But Chicago and then same with Green Bay. Now with the Green Bay game this past week in London, we were able to hold Aaron Rodgers to 0 points in the entirety of the second half. So I'm not gonna say that's gonna be, the same recipe for for Lamar Jackson. But I think that this could be a 24-21 type of game. Realistically, the Ravens should win, if we're being honest. I mean, they're the more talented team. They have the better quarterback. Ravens, man, I'm gonna be honest, I gotta take the Giants. I gotta take the Giants, man. I'm
You gotta
feeling
go with
this
the home
game.
field.
I know Giants Nation. I got y'all. I feel like this is going to be a really good game. It's going to be a very close game. I got this game 24-17. The Giants win this game. What are you feeling, man?
24-17.
24-17.
I think Lamar's gonna be playing mad. So I gotta I'm gonna go 28-17.
Okay. Okay. And you know what? You
Twenty-eight
make a
seven.
good point there. You make a very good point there. Lamar, I feel like, is due for a destroy it all kind of a game. And it could come against the Giants, who, I mean, we got a good secondary, but our corner number two right now is looking a little suspect. So, he's definitely due for one of those games, man. But hey, again, you guys can find RavenCee's YouTube as well as his Twitter in the description box below. You can follow us on Twitter as well. Let us know your thoughts on this video below. Who do you guys have winning this game? The Giants or the Ravens? Y'all heard what we had to say. Let's hear what you guys got to say in the comments below. We'll see you guys in the next video.